Welcome to the Uzziah Show. I am your host, Uzziah, your success strategist. And if you have any questions about your business, career, or finances, then this is the show for you. Welcome. I'm so excited because tonight we're going to talk about the mindset of successful men. But I have a question for you. Do you have it? Leave me a comment below and let me know if you have what it takes to win. Now, for those of you watching for the very first time, my name is Uzziah. I'm a professional business consultant, and my job is to help you get out of debt so you can start your own business. But you can't be successful in business if you don't have the right mindset for success. So, on tonight's show, we're going to talk about what it takes to think like a successful person. Remember, guys, everything begins in the mind. So everything that you manifest in this earth begins here first. If it doesn't begin with thought, there's no way you can turn it into a reality. And today we're going to go over some of the top things that you can do to start leveling up today. Okay, so leave me a comment, y'all. Let me know your name. Let me know where you're from. I'll be sure to give you a big shout out and show you some love. Please make sure that you smash that like button on the way in. That'll do a lot of help to me because it will tell YouTube to send this message out to more people. I think this is a very important message that a lot of people need to hear. You know, everybody says they want to be successful, but do you have the mindset of a successful person? You could want success all day, but just because you want the success, it don't mean that it's coming. Do you have the mindset of a successful man? Leave me a comment. You don't even have to put yourself out there like that. If you feel like you do, press 1. If you feel like you don't, press 2. Okay. And for those of you guys that really enjoy this show and you want to see me continue on with this broadcast, then please donate. All you got to do is give a super chat just by tapping the dollar icon directly below the live chat box. If you don't see a live chat box on the screen, then refresh your page. Look for the dollar icon, tap that, and then whoever donates, I will shout them out. And whoever makes the highest donation will be the official sponsor of tonight's broadcast. Okay, so let's talk about the mindset of successful men. My brother Yasha Allah is in the house. Send it off. Can we give Yasha Allah a hand, y'all? Welcome back, my brother. It's so good to see you. We were worried about you, man. Tell him LA for life. I messaged this brother last night and I said, hey, man, I'm just checking on you. You know, is everything going okay? He probably thought I was just blowing smoke up his behind when I was telling him that we were talking about him on yesterday's show. But please let him know we literally were talking about Yasha Allah yesterday, guys. Yasha Allah is definitely one of the top sponsors of the Uzziah Show. And whenever the brother is not here, his presence was definitely missed. So we missed you, King. We love you. And you are such an important part of the family. Okay. So thank you so much for the $20 super chat. And as LA for Life said, yes, we were asking about you, brother. We're glad to know that you're okay. Okay. Shout out to everybody else that's in the house. Shout out to my sister LA for Life. Good to see you on, as always, repping from my hometown, Los Angeles, California. You know, I'm a Texas guy now. That's where I live at now. But you know it's LA all day. That's why I got my Dodger blue on, y'all. Peace to my brother Mikhail. So good to see you on, Sister Adrienne. Thank you so much for the Cash App that you gave a couple days ago. Shout out to Adrienne who gave a $10 Cash App a few days ago. Really appreciate that. Shout out to everybody that's on, man. Make sure that y'all smash that thumbs up. Make sure that y'all comment. I'm still asking y'all, though, do you have the mindset of success? Do you have the mindset of a winner? The question is, do you have the mindset of a successful man? Okay. Before you go out here and try to accomplish anything, it needs to start here first. Now, let's be clear. Being successful is not about being the smartest person. It's not even about being the hardest worker. But there is very key points that you need to know about how successful people think if you are ever going to achieve it. So let's begin. The first thing that successful men do is they put their vision first. Now, see, most people don't even have a vision. So there's no way that you can become successful if you don't know where you're going. Y'all know I always talk about the word of God and how I like to put that into everything that I do when I strive for success. And one of the things that God tells me is, where there is no vision, the people perish. So you may not feel like you are where you want to be, but that's because you may not have a vision that tells you where to go. I'm asking y'all questions tonight. I need y'all to participate. Where are these comments? Do you have a vision for your life? What is your vision? Put yourself out there, y'all. Y'all know we all family. If you don't have a vision for your life, there's no way that you can ever reach greatness because you haven't even defined what greatness is. See, the thing about success is that it's subjective. But how will you know that you are a successful person if you don't have any goals identified? Okay. I remember when I started learning about what it takes to be successful, one of the first pioneers of personal development, Earl Nightingale, says that being successful is having the achievement of a worthy goal. But how can you be successful when most people don't have goals? Most people are just taking life as it comes, going through the motions. What are your financial goals? Are you trying to get out of debt? Are you trying to invest? Are you trying to make a certain salary? What are your career goals? Are you trying to work at a job? Do you want to escape your 9 to 5? What is your purpose? Okay. So you can never be successful if you don't have your own vision. And the reason why most people lead average lives is because they spend their entire life operating according to what society tells them. So if society says go to school, you'll go to school not even knowing why you're in school. You'll rack up all of this time and money and all the student loan debt just doing it because that's just what people are supposed to do. Now, it's one thing if you have a vision behind your life and you say, okay, I'm going to school because I want to be a doctor. I want to be a surgeon. So I've got to, go through all of these levels of education. That's a vision. But there's so many people in college today that say, well, I'm just in school because my mom said so. I'm just in school because I thought that this is just what people are supposed to do at my age. And whenever you wander through life without a purpose, it is always very costly because if you were on last night's show, you saw that I talked about how time is so much more expensive and important than money. See, not only are you wasting money when you go to college without a vision, you're also wasting a lot of time. And in the time that you take wandering about, you could actually be living your dream. Let me start checking these comments. Let me see if y'all with me. Thank you, LA for life. Thank you for chiming in on this. The rest of y'all scared, man. Are y'all scared? See, if you're going to be successful, you got to have courage. So leave me a comment below and let me know where you are on this subject. What do you think is the mindset of successful men? What do you think is one attribute that all successful men have in terms of a mindset and in terms of their principles. I want to know from y'all. Okay. Y'all tell me. If you're just now joining, make sure that you smash the like button. Make sure that you subscribe. Okay. Make sure that you share this. Most importantly, make sure that you donate, guys. Whenever you donate, this keeps the show going because it tells YouTube that people are interested in the broadcast. Okay. So as of right now, we got Yasha Aleph at the $20 super chat. Will he be the official sponsor of tonight's broadcast, or is somebody going to put in another donation? Let's see. Okay. And even if y'all want to use Cash App, the information is on the screen and the links are in the description below. Now, LA for Life says, to be honest, my vision for life was to be a wife and help him succeed like my grandmother did. I didn't see my life single and doing everything on my own, and it's not easy. Thank you for your honesty. Now, see, I love what you said, LA for Life, because I think that society has done our women so wrong because they have pigeonholed the concept of success is you need to be a business owner. Everybody and their mama right now wants to have a business, but not everybody is not an entrepreneur. Not everybody should be an entrepreneur. Instead of looking at somebody else, you need to know what success looks like for your life. So, success for me might be me working from home. Some of you guys might hate the idea of working from home, and that might mean you're not successful. See, you being successful is not you following society's standards of what success means. Because do you know what I'd be doing right now if I went according to what society said? Society said I should have just stayed at my 9 to 5 job. I should have just, worked, paid the bills. Don't matter how miserable I was at the job, as long as I was in a position to make money and achieve a 6-figure income, then that's what success looked like according to society's standards. But I'm going to be successful according to my own standards and that which God has called me to do. The reason why so many people are not successful is because you're allowing your mothers and your fathers to dictate your success. Your mother or father tells you you're not going to be successful unless you're a lawyer, Johnny. But you've always wanted to be a talented artist. You've always wanted to be a great musician. Why are you sacrificing what you would actually be elite at for what somebody else is telling you to do? Nobody is going to live your life but you. Nobody is going to deal with the consequences of your decisions but you. So, one of the first things that successful people do that most people underestimate is putting their vision first. They do not put anybody else's vision first. They don't put society's vision first. They don't put the media's vision first. They don't put the president's visions first. They put their vision first because they know their livelihood is up to them at the end of the day. And whether you succeed or fail, you have nobody else to blame but you. Having your vision first requires focus. Focus is an incredible asset in the modern world. Think about how many distractions come every single day. A million phone calls, a million text messages, people emailing you around the clock. The people that succeed at the highest levels are laser focused. They do not allow anyone or anything to come in the way of their vision. I would love it if you guys could leave a comment saying what your vision is. And do y'all know something, guys? You telling me what your vision is isn't helping me, it's helping you. The reason I'm asking you to do this is because I'm trying to get you to realize that maybe you're not successful, not because you're not smart enough or because you don't make a lot of money. It's because you've never taken the time to define your vision. See, when you can just leave a comment about what my vision is, that's going to let you know, have I really thought about this? Is this something that's super vague? Is this something that I've given a lot of thought and put a lot of detail into? Or is my vision what my friends said it should be? So if my friends say I should work at a job, then I work at a job. If my friends say I should be an entrepreneur, then I'll be an entrepreneur. You got to start carving your own path, okay? Successful people put their vision first. Successful people also donate. And shout out to my brother Rodney Lawrence for the $5 super chat. Okay. So, once again, y'all, I want y'all to cam up with me. Y'all know I love it whenever I can see y'all's faces on the screen because I think that this is a very important topic. You know, everybody says that they want to be successful, but they may not know what it really takes in order to succeed. Let's talk about something really important here, guys. There's a difference between being successful and looking successful. Society wants you to live a life where you look the part instead of be the part. Would you agree? Society says, hey, go out and get the nicest car. Whether you can afford it or not is irrelevant, but just look that way so that way you can try to impress other people on social media. See, this is the reason why putting your vision first is so important. The reason why your vision comes first is because most people spend their entire life trying to impress other people. And when you spend an entire life trying to impress other people, you make decisions just for views rather than the things that you actually are driven to do. Your desires, your purpose. You don't even like this car, but you end up buying the damn car because you think this is what a successful person looks like. You don't like the clothes that you wear, but you will put yourself in the debt just so that way when you step outside, somebody else can validate you and say, oh, you're successful. But why don't you think that within? See, let's be clear. I do not care if anybody else believes that I am successful because nobody else will live out my life but me. There's so many people who are sacrificing their potential every single day because the success that they would have, they're making other decisions just to impress people that they don't even like. This is why a big part of success is being focused, and sometimes being focused is blocking out the noise. The second thing that you got to do, okay, and I want to give a quick shout out to what you said, Mr. Cravon Gill, when you said parents are overrated. Some of y'all, you put so much stock in your parents' validation that that's the reason why you could end up average. Do you know how many people have gone through this life taking on a career path, marrying certain people, all because their parents told them to do that? And then they didn't even succeed in that arena. A lot of y'all might have went to college picking a major because that's what your parents told you to do. And that's the reason why you want to be an entrepreneur now. Not because the job isn't paying you good money, but because you were so busy living your mama's life out that now you want to be an entrepreneur so that way you can live out a life of your own. This is a very important step. LA for Life says Spike Lee called parents dream killers once. Now, some of y'all might not be in this situation, but I promise you this. If you are going to be successful, you must come to the realization that the first people that will talk you out of your greatness will be your family and friends. If that has not dawned on you, you may not even have the mindset of a successful person. You might still be out here in La La Land. See, when I'm talking about a successful person, I'm talking about someone who successfully stays true to themselves and accomplishes the things that they set out to do. So if LA Life sets out to be a wife and that happens, she's successful. If John sets out to be a full-time crypto investor, then he's successful. You got to define what success is. Akita Monet says, I'm just listening to this live. Part one also helps me to understand what to look for in a man that is fronting like he got it versus the one who really does. Thank you, success strategist. Appreciate it. Absolutely, my sister. And don't forget to reach out to me via email to let me know when you want to set up your consultation. For those of you guys that are unaware, I'm starting back now doing consultations. I took years off from doing it, and I want to start giving as much value to you guys as I can. Okay, so be on the lookout in the week to come. I'm going to start opening up slots on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays for consultations. So if you're interested, just reach out. Okay. So thank you so much, LA for Life, for sending me that email. I really appreciate it. And thank you again, Sister Akita, for the $10 super chat. Okay. So for those of y'all that are just now joining, we're talking about the mindset of successful men. Do you have it? If not, why don't you? I want y'all to walk away from tonight's broadcast knowing the fundamental steps that are necessary to achieve your greatness. I'm successful according to my standards, not according to what anybody else thinks. Because if it was up to the rest of the world, I would still be in corporate America slaving away. If I was successful according to other people's standards, I would still be in South Central. Because y'all know when you come from certain backgrounds, your family don't want you to branch out. They want you to stay right up under them, no matter how toxic it is, no matter how detrimental it is to your long-term success. What does success look like to you? Ariel says, my vision is to be one of the best wives in the world, top 5%, and an amazing mother. Let me give a second to shout out Ariel on this. Now, no cap, Ariel is already halfway there. I believe that Ariel is one of the best wives in the world. The jury is out for you, sister, to see how you are as a mom. But in everything that I've seen in your character thus far, you've done a hell of a job, and I want to celebrate you publicly. Keep up the good work. All right. Don't miss out. don't stop doing what you're doing now. Don't get too puffed up. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay humble. And I look forward to seeing all of your greatness. But notice what Ariel said, ladies. She said it's taken a lot of work just to get to marriage and additional work to get pregnant, but it's been worth the work. And see, that goes into one of the topics also, okay? A lot of us, we get intimidated by the grind. We have fear about what it takes in order to succeed. A lot of us have a fear of success and we don't even know it, because for many of us, average is comfortable. Some of you have a fear of being successful, and some of you have a fear of failure. Let me give you an example of a fear of success. You know, I've consulted people in the past who wanted to be entrepreneurs, right? And then when we started talking about how they would establish their business, one of the first questions that they would have is, but what would happen if, I got more sales than I could handle? You should be so lucky that so many people are checking for you that you get more sales than you could ever supply. Wouldn't that be a wonderful problem to have? But most people have a fear of success that's so strong that they will literally not work to sell anything because they have a fear that they will sell too much. Remember when we was on the broadcast last week, y'all, when we had master trainer Solomon Pratt on? That was a really great show. And remember when we had one of our sisters that was on a broadcast with him, she said, I know a lot of women who don't like to work out because they feel like if they exercise and go to the gym and pick up a dumbbell, then that will make them too bulky. You should be so lucky to be in the top 1% of the best genetic pool in the world, that the minute that you go like this, you end up getting a bicep like Popeye. Do you know how long men have to work in the gym to have any muscle at all? But again, this is a fear of success. Oh, well, I don't want to work out because if I work out, I'm going to get swole. Ask half the men around the world if it's that easy just to go to the gym and put in a workout and instantly you swole. It don't work like that. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the diet. You got to get the sleep. There's so many things that you got to do. And this leads me to the next point. Success is a long game. There's a lot of people who want to be successful overnight, but every overnight success was 15 years in the making. A lot of y'all gonna trip whenever this show really takes off, because you're going to be like, man, I was watching this thing way back when. We're only in month 2 of the Uzziah show. But there's going to be people that are starting to watch this thing for the first time, Lord willing, 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line. And they don't see how long it took in order for things to grow and evolve. A lot of times when we look at successful people, we only look at the highlight of them at their highest level. We don't look at them when they were in the mud getting started. Okay, here's a mindset of successful people. You are always getting it out the mud. It doesn't matter how much money you make. Mentally, you have a mindset that you have nothing. What keeps a guy like Tom Brady still in the NFL chasing Super Bowl championships? By having a mentality that there is still more to gain. There is still more to win. If he had a mindset like many of us, he would have been retired. Because, a lot of us, we tend to look at guys like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, and we say, man, if I had that much money, I would retire. But that's the reason why you don't have the money, because your mindset is ready to party and chill. See, the people, it's crazy, man. The people that really got it, they have a mindset that wills them to keep going even when they don't have to keep going anymore. So if you want to be successful, guys, you got to do the things that successful people do. Okay. It's not a magic trick. It's a mindset. It is a lifestyle. And you got to understand that success is a long game. Shout out to Nicholas tuning in from the UK. You said that you're happy that you caught this episode. So happy to have you on, man. All right. So for those of y'all that are just now joining, please make sure to smash that like button. Please make sure to donate. Okay. If you want to be the official sponsor for the Mindset of Successful Men episode, then make sure that you donate. Right now, Yasha Allah is holding a belt at $20. Somebody puts in a $25 super chat or more, you would be the official sponsor of the broadcast as long as you don't get beat out. So thank y'all so much for the donations. For those of y'all that like to use Cash App, $ the Uzziah Show. Okay, the links are in the description below. Now, success is a long game. This is why you must put in your work. You must put in the time. World-class performers were studied, and they were all recognized for putting in 10,000 hours of daily deliberate practice. A lot of y'all think that stemmed from the book Outliers. That actually originated from the work of K. Anders Ericsson. He studied the mindset of successful concert violinists. And he came to find that the best concert violinists in the world all practice for over 10,000 hours in total. They got good sleep and they dedicated their day towards their craft. That was their vision, being at the top of their game as a violinist. Success is a long game. No matter what it is that you do, guys, it is a long game. Let me tell y'all the reason why some of y'all don't end up getting the success that you want. Because when you try your hand at something, the pain that you feel is so great that you say, no, there's no way that I'm enduring in this. Again, think about everything that I'm showing you guys with my show. I'm putting this together for a reason right now because I'm trying to be the living proof. You know, when you first start off on anything, especially on YouTube, oh, it will be a grind. And you may say to yourself, man, I'm working way too hard only to get a certain number of views. Man, I'm working way too hard only to get a certain number of subscribers. And because you feel a sense of pain because you're not blowing up today, that's the reason why you may never blow up tomorrow. You got to understand that you're not chasing today. You're enduring because you know that tomorrow is coming. I'm not focused on today at all. That's what y'all don't understand. I'm physically here, but my mind is on 5 years from now. My mind is on in the next 10 years, this can happen. But I gotta put in the work right now and plant the seeds if I want the possibility of being where I want to be at in the next 5 to 10 years. This is the reason why I always tell you guys about the significance of having a 1, 5 to 10 year roadmap. A lot of y'all are praying and asking for God to help allow these things to happen in your life. And God will make it possible if only you put in the work. So you do the prayer, but are you willing to do the work? Because faith without works is dead. Success is a long game. If you're going to be successful in this arena or anything else, you've got to go the distance. I tell y'all all the time, a lot of y'all say y'all want to be business owners. We'll see. We'll see if you're willing to work from sun up to sundown with nobody paying you a dime. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all remember those 2 years that I took off of YouTube back in 2018, 2019? In those 2 years, I was working behind the scenes to create some of the products that y'all enjoy now. The How to Succeed Survival Guide, 0 to 6 Figures, all these different kinds of master classes. And as I was spending all that time creating these products and services, you know what the hardest thing was? There was nobody that I could talk to as customers to say, hey, I really like this. So I had to go off of my own energy for 2 straight years to move in silence to build these things out so that way I could pop up 2 years later and say, see, guys, y'all asked me for the programs. Here it is. You asked me if I had a course. Here's the course. But a lot of times, guys, y'all don't realize you get so caught up in validation and needing other people to co-sign your dream that it will be extremely difficult for you to be successful in business because there must be a period of time in your business where you are running on your own energy. When nobody is paying you, do you believe in you? When nobody is working alongside you and saying, hey, good job, do you have what it takes to be a self-starter and convince yourself that you're making the right moves before anybody else agrees with it? I have to motivate myself every single day to continue to press on because I know if I give up right now, I'm going to regret it. A lot. Okay. How many of y'all feel that way right now in your life? Leave me a comment. Be real. How many of y'all tried your hand at something and said, you know what? If I would have just stuck with that, I could have really blown up. I always tell y'all, man, that's one of my biggest regrets on YouTube. I'm sitting up watching guys right now. I speak better than them. I'm more charismatic than them. I know how to connect with people, but because they put in the work, because they never stop producing content, that's why they're ahead, and much success and power to them. Wish them nothing but the best. And I know I'm right on their bumper. But I got to keep working day by day by day by day because success is a long game. A lot of you guys, it's not that you're not talented enough, is that you're not willing to go the distance. Put in your hours and the results will follow. Number 3, this one is important. Your success in life will only rise to the level of your suffering. Let me give you guys a few basic examples. One of the hardest things that I've ventured on to date is building a church. If you're not willing to suffer to get your vision off the ground, it's not going to happen. And every day, I got to consistently work while dealing with people that say, Uzziah, you're doing this, but it's not good enough. And every single day, I got to continue to work. And just in case y'all didn't notice, when you starting things off, especially when you building nonprofits, that's all for free. Ain't no money going into your pocket. And so every single day, people are telling you, I'm not getting this. I'm not getting that. The church should look like this. The church should look like that. So most people give up. Most people, and your thing may not even be church. Whatever God has called you to do, you have $1 million dream that you're sitting on right now. But because you don't know how to sit your behind down and focus, you will never see it. It's right there. Fitness example. One of the first things that personal trainers will tell you about abs is that your abs are already there. We all have them. But you know the problem? You can never see them because it's covered by a layer of fat. Abs are just a muscle. It's no different than the muscles that's in your arms, your legs, your back. It's all there. But the problem is there's so much fat that's covering your stomach that you don't even realize that the abs are there. You've got to work to peel off the layer. The same thing applies to your vision. The end destination is already there. You can see it in your mind. But the reason why you may never get to it is because you're not willing to peel back the layers in order for it to be manifest. You can vision a lot of things. You can envision many wonderful things in this life, but you got to go through the burn. You got to go through the pain. And your success will only be to the amount of that in which you are willing to suffer. And so that's why stop spending so much time fantasizing and spend more time coming to grips with embracing your pain. I know this don't sound sexy, y'all, but ask people who are successful. They'll tell you the exact same thing. A lot of people say, okay, I want a good physique. Well, are you willing to pain yourself to get there? Are you willing to go to the gym and be sore the next day? You can't even walk up a flight of stairs because your legs are so sore from your leg workout. Are you willing to go through that pain? A lot of people at the first sight of pain, they end up running. It's not about the dream and the pleasure. The pleasure is only realized on the other side of hard work. Pleasure only comes on the other side of pain. And we can all dream, but the real winners are the ones that locks their minds on suffering. And this is the reason why I always tell you guys, you got to have faith, faith in God, faith in yourself. Because if you look at your life at any moment, just in the here and now, you might feel like you should give up because you're trying and nothing is working. You got to continue pressing forward because one day it will be there. You will only rise to the level of your suffering in this life. Number 4, you are the average of the top 5 people that you spend most of your time with. This is what successful men understand. Successful men are extremely guarded about the type of energy they bring into their space because they understand the significance of having a powerful team. Look at the most successful businesses that you know of in the world today. Leave me a comment and think about one. When you think about McDonald's, when you think about FedEx, when you think about Tesla, when you think about Chick-fil-A, there was always a team working to get that thing off the ground. I see my brother Yasha Allah is in the house. Maybe Yasha Allah got something you want to say. I see you, you look like you're driving. So I might not throw you on the camera. If you want to get thrown on the camera, Yasha Allah, feel free to do the thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up to let me know whenever you're good to go. But I appreciate you for hopping on that cam up link. And shout out to my brother Roy for the $10 super chat. Okay. Man, these sponsors, they looking like they're gonna let you have it tonight, Yasha Allah, for being for being the official sponsor. All right. We got a $20 super chat, $5 super chat, $10 super chat. Who's gonna take 25? For those of y'all that are just joining, welcome. Please make sure that you smash the like button. And please make sure that you donate to keep this show going. All right. I'm only going to be on here a little bit longer. So please make sure that if you're vibing with tonight's broadcast, that you show me some love. That would be most appreciated, y'all. All right. Remember what we've discussed thus far. The mindset of successful men includes putting your vision first. If you do not have a vision, there is no way that you can be successful by definition. The only people that are successful in life are those that map out what they set out to accomplish and they do it successfully. Number 2, success is a long game. You got to be willing to put in the time. Number 3, this is the hard part that most people hate. You will only rise to the level of your suffering. Okay. It's not about your dream because everybody has one. It's about how much are you willing to suffer in order to see that dream realized? How many meals are you willing to miss? How many all-nighters are you willing to pull? Ariel could tell you about a time a couple years ago where I was launching a brand new product called Your Breakthrough Year. I had created a sales letter for this program that was over 70 pages of writing. And I had to spend 3 days awake, no sleep, in order to reach the deadline. In those 3 days, I literally locked myself in the room that I'm in right now. Did not sleep. Stayed up, work. The only time that I got an interruption is when my wife would knock on the door and just have some food set aside to keep me going. Are you willing to go through 1 or 2 sleepless nights to get your business off the ground? You will be tested. Life does this to everybody. Some of you may have to go bankrupt. Some of you may have to go through the loss of a family member or friend. You will have to go through some hard times in order to get your vision off the ground. It's not about how much you want to win. It's about how much you're willing to lose in order to get to the win. Because you know the thing that's so crazy? Every successful person knows that they lose more than they win. The difference is the wins that you rack up along the way are so great, it overshadows all the losses that you took over time because you only got to win big once. You just got to hit that home run one time. hit your 6-figure mark, hit your 7-figure mark, and then you're on. But nobody will remember all the times that you were trying to sell and you couldn't make money. All the times where people criticize you and try to kill your dream. Focus on your suffering. In fact, I would encourage you to think this. If you're not suffering right now in pursuit of your dream, maybe you're doing something wrong. Because if you're not there yet, you're not putting in enough effort to get to the next level. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of criticism and somebody's going to leave a troll comment. Oh, Uzziah, life isn't about that. Life is about living wonderfully and living in abundance. And you should just be able to feel so comfortable and life should feel like a dream. Okay, ask Michael Jordan that. Ask Michael Jordan, when you won those 6 rings, did life feel like a comfortable crystal stair? Brady, when you was racking up all these rings, something that's never been done in the NFL, was it easy or did you have to suffer? I'm just giving y'all the blueprint. Number 4, you are the average of the top 5 people that you spend most of your time with. And these are things that y'all really got to understand, man. Some of y'all really would benefit from what's the salary of the 5 people around me. I got the names of everybody around me that makes 6 figures and beyond. And since I value living a high income life, I'm going to put myself around high income people. If I spend all of my time around low income people, I'm going to have low income myself. That's not a knock or a diss towards them. You just have to be clear on what you want in life. If LA for Life is pursuing marriage, if you spend most of your time around 5 single sisters, you're going to be the 6th. And that's the reason why a lot of our sisters are single now and you don't even know it, because of how much time you're spending around non-married women. Let me tell y'all something as a married man. I don't spend a lot of time around my single friends because the things that they do is not conducive to me maintaining my marriage. The things, just their mindset, it don't even have to be nothing overtly negative, but just the way that they view the world because they've never been in this position, it is not fruitful to where I'm trying to go at my life. A lot of y'all might not even have the courage to let people go like that. But it's a necessary evil on the way to your success. Okay. Yashala, you got something for me?
Hey, shalom, good brother. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. Good to see you again.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care of some business, personal business. You know how it goes. Getting that grind in tonight. But you're right.
Sir.
A lot of people don't want to put in the work. Like they go like, you put in the work, I still put in the work. And like you said, I'm focused more now.
Your reception is going real choppy.
Can you hear me? Testing. I'm driving. Can you hear me now?
Okay, try again.
Can you hear? Okay. I was saying, you don't want to do the grind at all. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, it's just too choppy though. It might be because you're driving. Okay. It's like a little staticky thing that keeps bouncing back and forth. But we see you. We see you getting it in, my brother. We see you getting it in. You definitely got that successful mindset, man. Keep working at it. Thank you so much for hopping on. So, y'all, what does it take to be successful? Success begins in the mind. Same thing applies with poverty and wealth. Wealth is not a dollar amount. Wealth begins with a mindset. But if you go through life with a poverty mindset, how do you ever think that you're going to create generational wealth? This is the reason why successful people build powerful teams of like-minded people. And the 5th thing that you must understand, if you're not chasing your greatness every single day, you lost. And I know, again, this ain't the channel for sugarcoating things and, making everybody sound like anybody can win. Anybody can win, but anybody won't win. Everybody won't win. There will only be a select amount of people that are willing to go through the obstacles necessary in order to achieve their greatness. Everybody else will give up, level off, make excuses, and pretend, oh, you know what? I never wanted to be successful like that. I just wanted little basic things in life. I don't really care about money. Money's not that important. Oh, see, this is where we start delving into, oh, well, money is the root of all evil. But if you had the money, imagine how you would do. Y'all don't hear me. Sometimes people say things only because they don't have it. But if they had it, their mindset would be totally different. And that's for a whole other episode. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all probably got family members and friends that have probably talked you out of doing something. But then they went off and did the very thing that they told you not to do because they never fully believed that what they were telling you not to do was wrong. They only said that because they weren't there themselves. People do this because people want to see you do good in life, but never better than them. The minute you start winning on certain levels, that's when people start getting envious. That's when people will start trying to sabotage you at every turn. And I'm going to tell you all this also. For those of y'all that don't like having a lot of conflict, you need to think about whether or not you really want to be successful, because success comes with so much hate. Success comes with a lot of hate, a lot of jealousy, a lot of enemies, a lot of people that want to see you fail. Look at some of the most successful people in this life, the people that you know. They all had a lot of haters. They all got a lot of haters. Look at all the presidents. Whether you like them or not, they had haters. Because when you put yourself in a position of greatness, man, it's lonely at the top. And everybody will try to discredit you as to why you are on the level that you're on. Okay. LA for Life says Uzziah also mentions Walt Disney and Steve Jobs. Get the book. It's already good, even though I landed on the 7th chapter. Okay. So, y'all, that's what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about the mindset of successful men. If you want to be successful in this life, you must apply these principles, because without these principles, it's going to be very difficult for you to achieve your purpose. It's going to be hard for you to be successful if you don't have a vision, because you're going to be all over the place, tossed to and fro. It's going to be very hard for you to be successful if you are a fly-by-night performer. If you're just a one-hit wonder, there's no way that you could be really successful, because success is a long-term game. Look at Nas. Nas been rapping for over 20 plus years. It's a long game. And a lot of people didn't even start listening to Nas until he was 15, 20 years into rapping. It's a long game, y'all. Look at some of your favorite YouTube stars. Y'all wasn't checking for them before they had 1 million followers. It takes a long time. You got to be in this thing to win it, man. You got to be in it to win it. And even if nobody is checking for you, who cares? All you need to focus on is mastering the day. If you don't take nothing else away from this broadcast, I'm talking for those of you that sincerely want to win. Don't obsess about where you ultimately want to be. Focus on perfecting the day. And if you can dedicate all of your energy towards just having the best day possible, whenever you do that, then you are successful. Because all it takes is enough effective days done consistently to where you end up getting where you want to be at long term. A lot of you guys, it may sound counterintuitive, you never end up getting where you want to be because you spend too much time thinking about where you want to be. And the strain of where you are now, it bothers you so much that you give up because you feel like you're never going to get there. That's why you got to perfect the moment. Okay. The vision comes first. Success is a long game. You will only rise to the level of your suffering. You are the average of the top 5 people that you spend your time with. Lastly, if you're not chasing your greatness every single day, you lost. You know the reason why you lost if you're not chasing your greatness every single day? Because you can never compete with somebody else who is. Think about trying to beat Jordan and you never practiced. Jordan was practicing all the time. Think about trying to, outperform a top singer who's singing all the time. From my life personally, I do these shows 6 days a week. So don't think, oh, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to have my own show too. But you just do the show for a day? There's no way that you're ever going to pass up somebody else who's doing 3, 4, 5, 6 different shows a week. Look at the people that are actually out there doing it. They're doing the shows 3, 4, 5 days a week. Do you have what it takes to do that consistently over time? Do you have the discipline? Do you have the willpower? Do you have the self-belief in order to invest in yourself that way? Or are you just playing games? Again, for me, I might do this show 6 days a week, but the one day that I don't do this show, I'm putting on a church service because I run an entire church. I work 7 days a week, 6 days for my own worldly business for the Uzziah show. And then on that Saturday, I'm doing God's work. But if you're not willing to put in that level of effort, never expect to be on the level of those who are. I'm not telling you guys that you got to find something to put in 6, 7 days a week. All I'm saying is if you see other people out here winning and you're not there, if you're not willing to put in the same sweat equity that they were willing to give in order to get the things that they have, don't complain about it. Don't cry about it. Don't be jealous, because life is going to give you what you deserve. You do not get out of life what you want. You will get out of life what you deserve. And it just so happens that many of us have ambitions that are so great. In order for us to deserve that, we got to work our ass off. So that does it for today's show. What did y'all think? Did y'all love tonight's show? If so, please make sure that y'all donate, guys. I could really use the support. It would go a very, very, very long way. As I just said, I do these shows 6 days a week, which is no easy work. That's not light, guys. So your donations definitely help keep me encouraged to keep pressing onward. All right. All you got to do is give a super chat, tap that dollar icon below, and I'll shout you out. Also, you could use Cash App or PayPal. The links are in the description below. Y'all know, don't leave just yet, because y'all know, as with every show, I give y'all 2 free stocks. Uzziah Show is sponsored by Webull, one of the fastest growing financial brokerage companies in the world. Okay. If you want to be an investor and create generational wealth, here is a golden opportunity, because once you create your account on Webull, they will give you 2 free stocks just for getting started. Webull also allows you to invest in cryptocurrency on top of stocks. So, guys, this is a great avenue for you to follow for those of you guys that are trying to get into the crypto marketplace. All right. If you guys want to know more about what it takes to win in life, make sure that you check out my book, The How to Succeed Survival Guide. In this book, I show you how I paid off over $95,000 in student loans 2 years after I graduated from college, and how I moved on to being in the top 10% of wealthiest 30-year-olds in the world. Okay. Some of you may know my story. When I was 25, I got my first real estate investment property. When I was 26, I retired from corporate America. I became a best-selling author, a real estate investor, and entrepreneur. And I want to show you guys also how to win. So if you guys want to learn more about how to succeed as a winner, then please tap here to get the free book. Okay, guys, I'm giving you this book for free. All you need to do is tell me where you want me to send it, and then you cover the shipping, and the book is on the way. Okay, so big shout out to Rodney Lawrence for the $5 super chat. Okay, thank you to everybody tonight who donated. All right, let's give one last call for any last round of donations. Who's going to be the official sponsor for tonight's broadcast? Okay, now is your time to tap the dollar icon below to give your super chat. Whoever had the highest donation is the official sponsor for tonight's broadcast. So we got Rodney Lawrence at $5. We got Lyra Texan at $10. We've got Akita Monet at 10. We've got Rodney at 5. So he actually put up 10 in total. And we got Yasha Allah at $20. So right now we got Yasha Allah as the official sponsor of this broadcast. So shout out and kudos to you. Let's all give a big round of applause and a thank you to brother Yasha Allah for helping to make this show possible. And a big shout out to all of you who donated as well. So shout out to Yasha Allah, shout out to Rodney, shout out to Akita, shout out to all of you that supported, shout out to Roy. Okay, thank y'all so much for all of the support. It means a lot, and I love y'all. I'll be back on here, Lord willing, tomorrow at 7 p.m. Until then, y'all keep grinding. Oh, also, real quick, I got a question for y'all. How did y'all feel about this 8 p.m. show? Okay, I'm trying to get a good handle on what time works best for the show for y'all. Let me know if you enjoy the 7 p.m. slot or the 8 p.m. slot more. If there are certain topics that y'all want me to talk about, leave me a comment below also, because that will let me know some things that you may want me to do a show on, whether it's about business, personal finance, investing, and so much more. All right. So I'm looking forward to your comments. I'll do my best to respond to every single comment that you guys make. So please leave them for me. All right. And Lord will, I'll speak to you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central. All right. Until then, keep pushing.